always say, I'd rather grieve my parents than to grieve a life that God does not want for me. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Steph if you're new here, and as always, we thank you guys for tuning in. I know you read the title and said, what, a year already? I know, time really flies when you're having fun. I cannot believe a year ago on April Fool's Day 2025, your girl was laid off from the federal government after 17 years. Crazy, right? I had literally just hit my anniversary in January, and I would never have thought that that would be my life. I did not see it coming, okay? And I don't think people talk about what happens after the shock wears off, right? I don't think people necessarily talk about those feelings. So I said, you know what? Let's sit down and let's chat, because I have been so transparent of my journey. And one thing about me, your girl, I'm not embarrassed or ashamed about anything that I go through, because I know that God is going to work it out. He always tells us what? Vengeance is his. So on April 1st, 2025, like I said, your girl woke up around 6 in the morning to find out she was laid off. My whole agency was dismantled, and it truly was a shocker, y'all. Like, I don't think I really understood what was happening, because in my 18 years of a federal employee, I never had seen anything to this magnitude. Like, I heard stories about previous presidents doing layoffs, but there was a proper procedure. This did not follow a proper procedure, because Doge just kind of snapped their fingers around agencies that they didn't even know, or what, like, they didn't know what they were, and they just figured, oh, it might be DEI, so let's just toss it. And I kind of felt like that's what happened to my agency, like my whole agency, y'all. Like, it was a bloodbath, to say the least, on April Fool's Day. I will never look at this day the same. Hopefully one day, but I will never look at this day the same, because what do you mean you were laying people off on April Fool's Day? Like, what? And I don't think people realize, like, I have built stability. Like, I had built my career. I started in the federal government as a teen. You know, I started as an internship when I was in high school, and I worked my way up. Like, I worked extremely hard. And I just remember, like, I can visualize it, I can see it, like calling my husband on FaceTime and breaking down, telling him, like, I worked so hard to be here. I'm trying not to get emotional thinking about it, because I can remember that moment. Like, I was like, I worked so hard to be here. Like, I did everything, you know, the right way. I went to college, got my bachelor's, I got my master's, I did the hard work. You know, it just was so much feelings of overwhelmingness that I just felt defeated in that moment, because I had worked so hard, just like many of my peers and colleagues. I had worked so hard. Like, I never tried to get over on people. I feel like I'm very genuine. I'm like, I did it, not necessarily there's the right way, but I feel like I did what I was supposed to do. Like, I completed a grade level, then got promoted. And what sucked the most is I had just got a promotion. I had just got a promotion, but it would later be a blessing in disguise, and I will explain why. So the silent part that I feel like no one talks about with being laid off is that you have this internal battle with yourself. You feel like you're not good enough. I feel like you go through the stages of grief, like losing a loved one. Seriously, like, you go through those levels of grief where you're angry, you're frustrated, you're sad, and then it's like you're trying to get over that hump of not feeling those things. You're trying to get back into your optimism. And I think me, as a Sagittarius, I'm very optimistic, because I know that God is going to work it out. He always has. Like, I will sit here and tell you, I have been through far worse things, right? Being laid off, yes, is one of the most unbearable things I've ever experienced, but I've been through far worse things in my life, right? I think about my son, who had open heart surgery at 1 year old, putting him to, you know, giving him over to this heart surgeon and a team, and his heart being stopped, trusting that God was gonna bring my baby back, and then losing my father. you know, my grandmother and my mom, all before I turned 30. I have been through a lot of stuff, you know, like I was raised by a single father. You know, my mom was not really present in my life as a child, which I've shared this story before if you guys want to go check it out. I felt like I dealt with overcoming generational trauma. So for me, the silent battle was like what do I do? You know, I go back into this moment of a mental battle. Like I have been depressed before. I have struggled with continue going at some points because I have lost so much that I was like, wow, this is another loss. It's sending me down this spiral. That's why I say it's kind of like losing your loved one, y'all. Like seriously, if you've never been laid off, you're blessed, because I don't want you to go through those feelings. It's really terrible. And I think a lot of times people think that being laid off is very loud, but sometimes you truly don't know what your next step is. Like, you have so many different things that's stemming around your brain that you're like, what is going on? What's next? What do I do? Do. And I feel like being laid off has changed me. I said this before. It has changed my brain chemistry. It has changed the way that I kind of interact with people. And I think I kind of needed it a little bit as far as what I'm doing, but I'm no longer over explaining myself. I'm no longer tolerating bullcrap because I just don't have the patience for it, because I already have so much going on. I'm like, I just zip it. Like, it's kind of where I'm at. You know, I'm in this, if it doesn't align, it doesn't apply to my life. I just kind of stopped forcing things and choosing me at the end of the day. Like literally choosing me, not saying I choose myself, but actually choosing me in the end, because this is my life. This is my life, and I have to put Steph first in order to become the best version of myself. So what did I do in this time? I got back to creating. I got back to being the small version of this little girl who had big dreams, big hopes, and just trusting in God and what He has for me. I feel like I have been much more consistent on here. Now, has it been growing as fast as I wanted to? No, but I'm gonna keep showing up. I'm gonna keep doing the hard work because I have so many big goals and dreams for my YouTube channel to keep taking it to where I want. So I've been focusing on that, focusing on my mental health, of course, being in the gym, like that. People are like, what are you doing at the gym? Because I gotta produce these endorphins. I have to get it going. Cause some days, like, I won't lie to you, some days I felt like I don't want to do this. I don't want to get out of bed today. I don't want to do this, but I gotta still fight for these children and my husband and my family and the people that love me. So keeping a routine is key. So I have developed a routine. Is it perfect? No, but I know that if I keep staying the course, I'll get where I'm trying to go. I feel like with my kids still being in school and everything, it helps me to get up early, not just lay around, not allow the grief of it, losing your job, hit you. And I feel like this has been a year of where I just kind of got to rest. And I was listening to something on TikTok and it said your sixth house is where your routine of how you should be. And I'm a Pisces in that sixth house. So it was saying like with Pisces, you require a routine that is like kind of soft, like not necessarily going with the flow, but taking your time. And I'm like, you know what? When I heard that, I was like, you know what? I have truly enjoyed taking my time, not having to rush, because like when I did work in Rockville, I would have to get up at like 4 a.m, drive to Rockville to be to work at 6, you know, and then still got to be a mom, still got to fit fitness in there. So it just allowed me to calm it down, take it from out here to bring it back into here. And I think that God knew that I really needed this year for that. I also got back to going to church more regularly. You know, my children are on the choir, well, not the choir, but ushering. So doing that, getting closer to God again. I mean, not that He never left, but meaning like actually going to church and hearing the word. I'm grateful for that because it's a lot of sermons that I needed that really helped me keep my head above water, keep me mentally sane, keep me in that optimism flow. So I didn't want to waste my time because I didn't know what would transform in this time. And I'll get to like where things are now in a sec, but I didn't want to rush through the time because I'm a type of person that I believe in signs and everything from God, that He gave me this for a reason. He's like, here, my child, I need you to rest. And I always say, I'd rather grieve my parents than to grieve a life that God does not want for me. Because if he wanted something for me, the door would open, and I have to be patient in that timing. I believe that delay is not a denial, and he's got me covered. So where am I now currently? Well, your girl is happy to be alive. Amen, amen. But I'm currently sitting in a lawsuit with my agency because my agency is one of the agencies that is in a lawsuit. So we're kind of just waiting on a judge to make a ruling of where, if they're going to take on the case, because they don't want to rush to officially separate us. Now, the most disheartening thing is some people have been separated, but because they were not included in the lawsuit, but my agency was. And all I can do is just thank God for that. You know, he has been covering me, like seriously, been covering me nonetheless, and I have to grapple with that. So that's kind of where things are right now. I have not heard an update. Some people in different divisions have gotten reinstated. I'm praying that we're the next. That's a goal that I would love to see, honestly, just to win, because we didn't deserve to be dismantled the way that we were. So I'm hoping that it aligns in that way. You know, I try not to think about the outcome because it will stress me. It would stress me out, you know, so I just try to leave it to God, because like I said, whatever he has for me will be for me, and everything will work out according to his plan, because he knows that plan. I don't know the plan, okay? I wish I could be like, hey God, you wanna come sit down, come chat with me? And so yeah, with that ongoing, I'm not officially separated, so it's very tricky when I try to explain this to people. So I'm laid off, but I'm not laid off, but I am laid off. I hope that makes sense to you, because child, it's like ring around the rosy over here. But yeah, now you're probably wondering, have you applied for a job? Yes, the job market is trash. Capitalize it, TRASH. Underline it multiple times. God bless anyone that is in this job market, because it is atrocious. Now, I will say I did have 2 interviews, and I believe that the reason why I'm not is because of this lawsuit. God knows. I try to be a thinker, you know, I'm very analytical, even though I don't know all the answers, but I feel like because this lawsuit is ongoing, I feel like God has me where he wants me. And like I always say, the door that is supposed to open will open for me. And I think he just wants me to rest. But I have been applying, not that I haven't. If you've been following my Diary of a Laid Off series, definitely have been applying. It has been kind of very hard. I won't lie to you. Mind you, I have a master's degree with certifications, 18 years of experience. It is hard. Now, I will say, like some city and state, I definitely have gotten referred. And now that some of the federal jobs are doing like the rollout of the RPL, which is reemployment list, I have been applying to those, but I just have not been getting referred. So yeah, I've been getting tentatively eligible, but not referred. But you have to think about it. You're in a job market with so many other people that are laid off. And honestly, this isn't even open to the public. So yeah, these are jobs that are, if you were laid off and displaced, this is not even open to the public. So just imagine that. Like, I lied to you not, y'all. They sent me an email for an RPL position, right, to apply. And they must have made a mistake. Well, they had to make a mistake. It was over 600 people on this email for this position. That's not even including outside folk to the public, because it's not open to the public. So imagine when that does open up. All I'm going to say on that is God bless us all, because it is atrocious out here. If you have any friends that are laid off in this job market looking, pray for them daily. And don't ask them, hey, have you found a job? Don't, because it's atrocious, okay? From one laid off friend to another. Don't. I think we need a support group. Let me know if y'all want a support group, because yeah. But in the end, I may be laid off. I lost my job, whatever. But I didn't lose me. I feel like the most important part is it has made me much wiser. It made me 10 times stronger. I realize I am a crybaby. I cry over everything, and that's okay. I think you should get it out, get the emotions out. But I will say it didn't break me. It taught me that what I want to do next go around when I do get like a job or whatever the case is. Or who knows what God has planned for me, child. I don't know. Help me get these watch time hours up so I can get paid again. I don't know. But it built me. It did not break me. It built me into this new version that God needed me to be, and surrendering. I started writing a book as well. I have something else that I want to do, but I don't want to put it out there yet because I need to be doing the actions and stop wasting time. So you'll know when it comes. That means that I've been doing the work. So that is next on my list as far as this thing. But just know I'm ready to go after my dreams. I'm so inspired by Ryan Coogler, going after his dreams and winning an Oscar. So that's where I'm at. I try to watch content that's inspiring, uplifting, authentic, and that's because that's me, right? We're all reflections. And I just know that I'm still in it, still waiting, still trying to figure it out, but I'm not the same person I was a year ago. And I think that that is okay. Like I said, I'm not ashamed, I'm not embarrassed by nothing that I go through because I really do believe I'm the chosen one. I believe that God will always make a way for me because he always has. And I had to relinquish that from my hands and give it to him so he can give it back to me in order to become successful. So if you are struggling with being laid off, whatever you're going through, know that God has you. And if a door is not opening, it's not meant for you. So thanks for sitting with me and chatting for this 1 year anniversary. And hopefully soon we have great news that we can share. Bye guys.